Last week on Flight Room TV.
But we got a special guest tonight, Shane Smith from Conspiracy Beer Me.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, Shane?
Hey, thanks for having me,
Shane?
So our podcast, Conspiracy Beer Me, we talk about conspiracies, but we're trying to make it to where it's fun again. I think, like I think after this past year, we're like, conspiracies are scary. We don't want to talk about these. This is real. We're all three comedians. We're all stand-ups, and we try to point out the ridiculousness of a lot of these. A lot of these, unfortunately, are true, and there's a lot of good information in there. But I think we try to point out the absurdity where we can, and regardless of if it's true or not, we find a lot of fun in it. And so
they had like the whole pyramid in the background. You see that on the left side?
With the red.
Yeah. And they got questions like, let's say single people, comment on people in relationships, or divorced people comment on people, or give people marriage advice, or broke people, people without jobs try to get people financial advice. Do y'all think do y'all think that shit is goofy?
Be like, because I don't like you, it'll be like, you've had a divorce. How can you try to give me marriage advice and you've gotten divorced? But it could be another motherfucker they like, give them the same advice, and then they'll be open-minded to it. But because I don't like you, I'll try to find some flaw in you and put you in that box and dismiss you. But at the end of the day, like you were saying earlier, Phil, people learn through their failures. A person might, maybe made a lot of mistakes, but through their failures, they're like, damn, if I would have done it this way, or here, let me make sure I teach this to this person to make sure they don't go down the same path I got. I did. They may not have that success. They may not have that tangible success, but they still have the knowledge that they can, to give you to learn not to go down that path.
Things like that. We just have to keep an open mind and be like, you know what, this is a little ridiculous. But things like Bigfoot, that's real. UFOs, real. Secret military bases, watch out. They're all there. But I think that like anytime you start getting into a lot of the scary ones, again, I think we need to look at who's really behind these. So
on the UFO topic, like everybody was so excited with this whole UFO disclosure report coming down the pipeline. They had like a 6-month countdown. It was getting you ready. Like, what was y'all initial reaction like when it dropped and it was like?
So where we talked about UAPs with comedian Sean Donnelly, who's actually friends with Jeremy Corbell, who's the one that's kind of leading this effort. So we're real excited about it. And then when this report dropped, I tweeted about it. I was like, hey, here it is. We're excited. I posted on Instagram. And then I went back and started to read it. And I read the first word. It said preliminary report. And I was like, God damn it. So I deleted my tweet. I deleted it. And I was like, what is this crap?
What are your thoughts on Antarctica? Because I know we talked about Area 51. And we kind of touched.
That's a good one.
Yeah, we touched on Antarctica and how there's like prohibited areas over there.
I'm curious about that because I think we're gonna find out, and that's another thing that may have kind of hastened this reveal of things is like permafrost is melting, ice is melting. We're gonna see a lot more, and they think, and we'll see. They think there's pyramids down there. They think that. There's a lot of stuff that we're going to discover. So I think that, I think something's happening down there, and whether or not the Nazis have a base or not, it's interesting.
Yeah.
As a comedian, what's the funniest? What's one of the funniest conspiracies that you I guess that you run into?
That's a good question. That's hard. Man. Oh, there's this. So, God dang So I think we did an episode, or a very early episode, on a creature called the skunk ape, which is basically Bigfoot.
You heard of it?
Mm-hmm. And it's like in
Florida or something.
Yeah, like the eastern and southern part of the north. Like
Corey know everything.
Yeah, look at all that.
Yes, I know. That's why I be up at 3 a.m.
That.
You ever heard of the Bowie Goat Man?
No,
that's our local legend. That's
really?
Yeah.
Y'all should do.
What's he do?
No, he's like a
terrorizer.
Yeah, he was an axe murderer, half man, half goat axe murderer.
Yeah.
Why is it that they're never like he's a half man, half goat, but he delivers milk to homeless children?
Right. Delivers milk.
Or like breakthrough smart type of anything. Always got to be a murderer.
Right. I'm not a monster. I just can't go to work in clothes because I look like this.
Nobody will hire me.
Simulation too. How you felt about, I don't know if you've hit that rabbit hole yet. If we're like living in a simulation or
It's
not.
that hologram. Remember when the government said we live in a hologram universe?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I would. It's crazy because you're like, how can I think for myself and be in a hologram? And they're like, but am I thinking
know.
for myself?
Yeah.
Because they've done studies, and you guys probably know about this, but they do studies where you make a decision and they test your brainwaves, and your brain makes the decision before you think to make the decision.
I said that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. While we always talk about we living in a simulation, and when I think sometimes people might take that like on some like even high level spiritual like shit, which it is, but also at the same time, even within this system that we live in, it's a simulation too. It's literally already put in place and planned. You know what I'm saying? It's like we living through the cycles of the same shit through generations, and we like playing into the theater. You know what I'm saying? And
single females shouldn't be given relationship advice. My personal opinion.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's true. That's true.
That's very specific.
Yeah. Y'all previewed John McAfee in one of your recent episodes.
Yep.
Like this is kind of like probably like the new. I don't know. Is this like the new like type Epstein type situation? Not as far as like diddling and all that type stuff.
Right. Yeah. Hope not.
But as far as like so like what did you find as far as like why was he targeted by? Why was he suicided or why was he targeted?
Right.
Like why is his name even
Schwacked?
Right. Yeah.
So what does he know? What does he know?
Greatest tattoo, Schwacked.
30 terabytes of information.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Terabytes?
Yeah. That's why they were saying that bullshit about the Miami condo.
That's one of those things where you're like, I don't believe in these ridiculous conspiracy theories because the ones that are true it's just scary as hell. Like that, like the whole, like all that stuff is just so terrifying. And it doesn't involve an energy weapon. It's just like, here's some drugs.
Listen, yeah, if somebody had like $5 to their name, you know what I'm saying? And they told you to sit there for 2 hours and listen to them talk about finances, would you do it?
Oh,
Exactly. That's what I mean, yeah.
Importantly, this sissy ass serpent,
Yeah.
a little
I
nervous.
already knew he was about to come through.
Yeah, this sissy ass serpent.
How many straight heterosexual men do you think actually work in the media? It's not a lot.
Yeah,
And
probably half.
Don't say nothing in this conversation, Frank Ocean and Lil Nas X, because Lil Nas X is actually putting out music. Frank Ocean, where we gonna have him put out the, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have him going back in time and playing music.
But I'm
He's
saying,
way cooler, dog. Don't talk about Frank Ocean. Way cooler.
people sleep on how like a bad day or a bad week can like actually flip a lot of things. You can fall flat easily
you
sometimes.
can.
So
But that's not the answer.
yeah,
Would you sit there for 2 hours and listen to somebody that had $5 to their name?
No, absolutely not.
if you told me afterwards, yeah. How many people performed that night, and did you see them open mouth kissing anybody?
Bruh, and I think when is the last bit? When is like
I mean, the imagery and everything like that is probably to the extreme, but why shouldn't we be able to celebrate him even if he has different beliefs and different like takes and different visions and he is gay, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's literally the mass media or different things have always talked about those different music videos and talked about some of his different songs. So why not have him on the BET Awards? And I'm not saying like the performance or the rituals or whatever that he took didn't go across the lines or whatever the lines are, to blur the lines, but that is a reason why he could be there. He is always selling records. I mean, I don't know about selling records. Don't get me wrong I don't know about record sales or anything like that, but he is always generating headlines. And so if we're bringing back BET Awards and this is a person that's black, that is, you know what I'm saying, being himself, let him be himself. That's all.
But
you could be in a life too, but would you do it?
I could be in the life too.
Yeah.
I'm the daddy.
Well, first of all, that'd be weird.
I'm the
shit,
pappy.
though. We live in the day of trolling. We live in the day where niggas do outrageous shit. So if a motherfucker just get on all fours and start spreading his ass and draw fucking attention for everybody to watch because that nigga draws headlines, now we supposed to put him on fucking BET. I'm just saying, Lil Nas X basically does shit like that. He might, but so it's like, so because he draws headlines, we supposed to put this motherfucker on TV just because he black and he draws headlines. Now we put him on BET Awards.
But that's how the game
nigga,
is.
like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just outrageousness. It's
what I every time I give like a bum some money, I always try to tell them bum 10 people, vagrant, streetwalker, whatever. Whenever I give them my hard-earned money, that's my favorite one.
Like, you really can't say too much because you look at his female counterparts. It's like the same.
I see what you're saying.
It's the same script. It's the same script.
Megan Thee Stallion,
or City Girls. Yeah, it's the same script. Like, it's really not too much substance or talent in the music or in the performance. True. It's the same shit. So you just following suit.
That's true.
That is true though.
Because he wants to be a bad bitch. So you want. So like, what is the theme song? If you had to choose one song for your life, what would that be?
J. Cole, Love Yours.
Damn.
Got a question for y'all. All right, let's say you're a man, you rich, you got a lot of money, single, obviously, so we gotta throw that in there. You got, a little girl, you got a little girlfriend here that you buy her own place, buy her a car and everything. Y'all date around for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Now, once y'all break up, she's supposed to give you those things back.
Bezos is trying to get to space now.
Yeah. Yep.
How you go from
he taking his little brother? He taking his brother up there, ain't he? He taking his brother up there.
Allegedly. But why is this like the go-to for super, billionaire?
Because they want to leave our black ass down here.
What you mean?
I'm gonna answer that before you ask it.